So we're live again, Bucks and Brews, and the most exciting part about this, my friend, is we are sponsored this week.
Say, it's always a great week when we have a sponsor.
It really is.
We try to do big episodes for sponsor weeks.
And full disclosure, we thought about this episode like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, of course.
But we're gonna drag this sponsor out for at least 3 weeks. So we're gonna at least each of us are gonna have only one of them for 3 weeks. That way we can drag them out a little bit.
Yeah, this was a big sponsor for us. This is a pretty awesome sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm kind of the Hawaii guy here because I've been there 6 times. So
Yeah.
this is, and I'm also the Illinois guy because I was born there.
I was gonna say this beer screams you.
It really kind of does because it's 2 of my favorite things, Illinois and Hawaii. So it's from
Three of your favorite things:
really,
Illinois, Hawaii, and beer.
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously,
how can you go wrong?
let's talk about that. So this is from, I'm gonna say it's Distill Brewery.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
It's either distill or distill, like they're distilling something. So
Something. They're from Normal, Illinois, which is literally smack dab in the middle of the state.
yeah.
And it's called Hawaii 5 Ale. I'm also a Hawaii 5-0 fan, so I mean, we kind of hit everything there. It does say product of Illinois. This is a blonde ale with pineapple, coconut, mango, peach, and guava. Full disclosure, I don't like pineapple or coconut, but I love guava.
Yeah.
I do. So Nick was curious about the side here. Nick, why don't you read that side for us?
So it says our fruity and juicy blonde ale will quickly transport your palate with a taste of paradise. Tropical flavors of pineapple, coconut, mango, peach, and guava are balanced by smooth maltness. One sip and you'll be singing the song of the islands, Aloha.
Aloha.
And then right below that it says support flavor, boycott bland. So he got me to boycott my Bud Light
He did.
because I'm getting rid of the bland for the week.
And I will say this to Distill Brewery,
Yeah.
mahalo.
Good thing. Yeah, I'm
I'm going to hand this to my wife here for anybody that's on screen. She's going to taste it, see what she thinks, because she loves all of those flavors, honestly.
That thing is packed with flavor.
That's a beer she likes.
Wow.
She's happy about it.
I say, that is a lot of flavor.
It kind of is almost too much flavor at times.
That is, I mean, it's weird because you, like, first hit your palate, right? You get, I would say, I don't know, that coconut, that little pineapple, right? You get that front flavor. And then on the back, I got a crap ton of guava.
On the back end, I got a lot of
Yeah,
guava.
I was like, all right, that's where it's coming in.
I like the guava. Bye, honey.
Bye, honey.
Bye, Felicia.
Okay, apparently we're Felicia now.
Apparently we are. But what do you do?
Oh,
So tonight, besides Distill Brewery,
So much-
sponsoring.
go
Go ahead.
that pineapple mango, I guess. I'm thinking, like, I don't know if I'm getting the coconut, I guess, but the pineapple
I don't
mango.
get the coconut.
But man,
I can definitely tell the mango and guava.
yeah.
I don't feel much peach either here.
Sorry, guys, we're enjoying this beer. This is fantastic.
So I think we just, first couple minutes is just going to be us drinking beer because
Yeah.
this is awesome.
This thing, I mean, when they literally say, right, once it hits your palate,
Yeah.
the taste of paradise. I mean,
You really do.
I can't think of it any more tropical drink. Like, I drink pina coladas, and like this thing is just, for a beer, this is fantastic.
It makes you wonder how Illinois-born drinker and a brewery from Illinois can hit Hawaii so damn well.
Well, rich people get to go there all the time. No, let's say
Shut up. I've been there 6
it
times.
doesn't have to be rich people, right? All it has to be is financially smart people. So
Financially smart people, yes.
that's what we're teaching. Rich is a mindset.
So I do have exciting things
Me too. This beer.
besides the beer.
Oh.
I got a message a
Uh-oh.
couple days ago
Uh-oh.
from our friend Vanessa.
I enjoy updates from her.
She said, I'm not going to tell you shit,
Good.
but the next time I talk to you and Nick, I have so much good news.
Say.
And I went, that's what's up.
I say, we are excited to have her back on for a third episode, a big update.
Still got to talk to Gary, get his second update.
Yeah, I say I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping for a big update from her, just because she definitely hit the home run last time.
She really did.
So tonight we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, real estate.
Yep.
Right? how to know if something's a good deal and it actually be a good deal, right?
Yes. Because we see good deals all the time, good deals in
Yeah.
quotes,
Of course.
where people are like, oh, that's a good deal. But how do you honestly know?
And I mean, what you think is a good deal and what I think is a good deal are usually way different. And
Way
if
different.
we both agree upon something, then it's a good deal.
That's
right?
probably a great
We're
deal.
so then we're like, all right, that's where we're headed. So,
I know your good deals are usually fixer-upper things.
usually,
And my good deals are, I don't want to fix nothing.
Yeah.
Caitlin's a great example of that. I looked at 2 condos with her. She could get one for about 10 grand cheaper.
Yep.
But it was a fixer-upper. She was going to have to put at least 8 into it.
Yep.
The other one she could move right into.
well, and then we talked about that, right? And that's how we negotiated.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, hey, hey, there's two grand different, and it's okay. Hey, they don't want to go lower on the price, but will they help with, a down payment
Yeah.
assistance? Will they help with it? Like, can we get, because there were some repairs, can we get money back for this? And David's like, oh, that's a great idea. So
Yeah.
technically, we got lower than we saved the amount of what the difference.
Oh,
to
absolutely.
Make
They
it do
fixed
that.
everything we wanted fixed.
Yep.
And paid for most of the closing costs.
Yeah, which is huge, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, the savings was just a no-brainer at that point. And
I'm a fan of this beer.
me too.
This is going to be a great 3 episodes with this beer.
Yeah, I say.
And then Ariana's going to sponsor too, because I mean, she has us buying some spicy beer.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
So a good deal, right, is perspective to everyone, is what I say. The old way to do things, we talked about on an episode, right? The 1% rule. Okay, so for every $100,000 I spend on a property,
Mhm.
I want it to bring in $1,000 of monthly income. And that's a good example to just take yourself out of it and go, hey, if everything goes this way, I should be doing okay, right?
Yep.
I'm more of a conservative person, right? Again, I do a 2%. So if I pay $100,000, I want to bring in $2,000. I've dropped that with the high market, right? I mean, so I'm somewhere between like 1.5, 1.75. Stuff I bought back in the day at 2% now is hitting 4%. But when you're looking at the markets now, everybody will post, right? Oh, this great deal that's out here. I'm asking price 100,000, renovation cost 50,000, after repair value ARV, 180,000, or they'll always post 250,000 bucks, right? And then you run your comps and see that the house is really only worth 180,000 bucks, So
Right.
you got, if 30,000 in equity on it, sure, but it's not like a home run, right? After you figure out, hey, yeah, okay, is the actual, when they say 50,000 to repair, are you actually able to do it for that price? Are you gonna know your numbers enough to hit that? Because I mean, normally it's gonna hit you 65, right? So, and you figure after you sell the property, you have realtor commissions, you have closing cost again, you have all that, and so then there goes all your profit, right?
Well, as well as I do. I mean, repairs are also subject to what you want to do versus something you might have to hire for.
Correct.
Like, you're not going to roof a house.
I'm not, no.
But if there are, small fixes to be made, you're going to go make those small fixes. Toilet needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
Or, painting needs to be done. You're going to go do those.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm not going to hang a whole entire house of drywall and finish it, but I'll do some patches, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what I'm.
Somebody left a hole here, you'll go fix that
Yep.
up.
Yep. And so, so I guess when I say a good deal, right? If you can find something that's 2%, that's usually a good deal.
Can I take us off on a tangent?
Yeah, of course.
Because I just saw this picture as I was taking a picture of our sponsors cam.
Yeah.
So we played a game last night. And in game 2, this is the home plate umpire.
It's a great crouch.
Now, Nick, for those of you, I don't know if you can see that, but for those of you out there, this man could not bend down to call balls and strikes.
Yeah.
I'm having a discussion with our other assistant coach, and I said, I wouldn't umpire. I go, would you umpire? She goes, no, I wouldn't umpire because I can't squat. I said, I can't either. I'm too fat for that nowadays. That's why I don't umpire. Nick, if that was as low as you could get, would you umpire?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to ask because I needed a professional opinion since I'm here with a professional umpire.
Yeah, no.
So I'm sorry, I took us off on a
No,
tangent,
you're
but
fine.
I had to show you that picture.
I mean, just because like how my eye level works, right? I need to have my eyes kind of in the middle of the strike zone.
Right.
So that's where I need to go because I know that, hey, if it's coming in here and if it's coming in here. So otherwise I have too much of a down angle on that, right?
Yeah.
So everything to me would be just completely off. So,
And that's what happened last night.
yeah. And
And Chris at one point got so pissed off, he yelled out to Aubrey, "Hey Aubrey, don't worry. Next inning, I'll bring out a tee and set it there since that's where the umpire wants it."
Yeah.
And the field umpire looked at him and went,
yeah.
So we got the clue, but I sat there the entire time going, I'm gonna get tossed today. Today's the day.
Well, and I'm a big fan of you don't if it's close, you don't argue balls and strikes. If it's outside, right, you argue a ball and a strike.
Yeah.
I mean, again, hey, I'm not right there. I'm not going to tell you if it touched the corner. We're not MLB. We don't have proof over a video camera that it was there. I mean,
Well, we know they screw up too.
oh yeah, we're here. Oh yeah, I mean,
We're human. We all mess up.
so, but to get so upset. But I mean, if it's something that and I'm assuming because of his height and where it was, everything high in the strike zone was where it was.
Really,
I mean,
from above the belly
yeah,
to the shoulders was a strike.
Yeah.
And anything below the belly, forget it. You're not getting that call.
yeah, and that's
That was frustrating because I mean our pitchers deal with that too.
yeah.
I mean we won that game. We won 13-3, but still it's tough.
Yeah, you want to teach them that
Yeah.
what they're throwing is the correct throw, right? But so
Back to rentals.
yeah, back to rentals are just real estate in general, right? So if you're looking to rent, again, that's where the 2% rule comes into play. Okay. Now, when you're looking to flip, how do I know if it's a good deal?
That's a great question.
You have to understand what money you want to make.
Mhm.
And I say that because you could think
Bless you, my friend.
you could think $10,000 is a lot of money, where I'm not going to touch a deal that only makes $10,000 because again, we talked about I can go over on my estimates. I know my closing cost, stuff like that. So, I look at things. I really don't touch something unless I really make 20 to 25,000. I mean, if it's 20, I'll see if I can, because the market right now, I usually can push it type thing. I'm gonna end up somewhere in that after my closing cost, after I pay my taxes, right? That's just kind of my go-to because my time is worth this kind of money.
So let me ask this question. Let's say you can find something for 20 on a flip.
20,000 or 20 profit? Yeah.
Profit of
Okay.
20,000 on a flip.
Sure.
So that's taking into effect that you're buying $100,000 house.
Yep.
It's got, let's say, $40,000 worth of work that needs to be done.
Yep.
So you're up to 140.
Correct.
You have to sell that for at least 160 or more.
Yes.
More
You're
because of the closing costs.
so yeah. I mean, you're looking at least. I mean, so that's if you pay cash,
Right.
right? So I mean, you're at 2,500, let's say, and you have no realtors into it, right?
Right.
So yeah, just go straight to you. I'm at $2,500 in closing cost, if not a little bit more. So, right, I tell people to plan $3,000, and you're going to be okay. So, right.
So you're looking at actually selling that house for at least 165.
Correct. Right. Well, technically 166 because I have closing costs in the front
Both ends.
and I have closing costs in the
Okay.
back.
Okay.
So, and that's where I'm making that 20,000. So if it doesn't do that after and now, right, because I don't pay cash for my stuff. Let's say, okay, so let's take that example. $100,000. Now I have to go borrow this money.
Mm-hmm. Which is going to cost you even just 3%.
Yeah, I mean, three points, which is $3,000, just like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not 103. I have to figure out how long I'm going to hold it. So now I'm probably paying 10% in interest.
Yep.
So $880 every month, just to have the loan. I'm not
Yep.
paying principal on that. So
Correct.
now I have to know how long it's going to take me. So
Mhm.
and people forget all the time how long it takes an end buyer to close.
Yes.
So, hey,
It's 30 to 60 easy.
right. You can get cocky and say, dude, I can get this thing done in less than a month. I don't have to make my first $880 payment. Oh, and I have it pre-sold to somebody. No, I mean, you still got the next person to come in there. Chances are they're not going to be paying cash. I mean, sure, everything has variables, but
You have to plan out
You-
for most likely scenario.
right. And that's, that's what I do is, so I figure the person that's going to spend the most is the person that's going to finance it, right? If you're paying cash, you want a deal. If you're financing, you're going to overspend. So, I plan that they're going to take, hey, I have to get an appraisal. Hey, I have to get, an inspection done. People are waiting, but still, like, I plan that time. And then it's 45 days, right? So I just round up to an even 60 to make sure that I have 2 extra months of payments. I mean, that's again,
Yep.
$1,700 right there that I have to count and do to my money. So,
And of course, we're sitting there saying, well, I need 166, but now we're really closer to 168,
Mhm.
and it's climbing still.
and then, you got the 2 months of rehab. So now I'm at 168. And then if the end buyer has a realtor, right? Yeah, okay. If there's equity in it type thing, you can have them finance and then they'll pay their realtor. But most of the time they're like, hey, I want my 3% commission
Mm-hmm.
for bringing you a buyer. So now I'm at 3%, right? Which is again huge money. So I'm at $9,000, of commissions. I need to sell that thing for 170, 178, something like that. And again, so the house has to be worth the whole 180.
And I mean, we literally just went from 160 to 178, so
Yep.
it's almost a $20,000 increase over the $20,000 increase.
Correct. Right. I mean, this game, everybody thinks that it's, just, and people talk about other people's money, and sure, you can do it with other people's money, but other people's money still cost you money, right? Sure. The risk factor isn't necessarily as great, but you know what? You're a piece of crap if you think it's okay to lose somebody else's money.
Well,
Right.
and I know this because I've had people that have flipped houses, try to work on things at my house.
Yep.
And they work on it like somebody that's flipping a house that never really learned what they were doing.
Sure. You guys got the
So,
job done.
yeah, so like I remember I needed somebody to put up drywall and they weren't actually mudding it. And Steve, this was when he was doing my kitchen, came in and looked at it and he goes, they're going to finish that, right? And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, all right, give me the number. I'll talk to him. So he talks to him and he calls me back. He goes, this person doesn't know what the hell they're doing. They're just slapping shit up. And I went, oh, sweet. He goes, Brent will come up. Brent will finish it right. I don't really want to have Brent drive all that way just to do this, but I want it done for you right. And I went,
Sure.
all right. And it was a good lesson to me. And this person had a lot of experience flipping houses. But I don't know what those houses look like after they were flipped or how long his fixes lasted because he's taking shortcuts.
Yeah. Well, and I look at flooring, right? And flooring will stay down. But you look around here and you have the mud flaps around the room. I mean, that gives you a 1/4 inch. So your cut needs to be within the quarter. So it's not going to be tucked up against that wall and looking really good, So if you ever see quarter round, it's because they're slapping this stuff. They're not taking every measurement, right?
Mhm.
They're just going board, mark, because the chances are you're going to be right there, right?
Right.
I mean, and I see it way too often where guys are, in my piece, and they put the measurement here and they forget that it has to slide in. So now I've gotten myself that little bit of spacing. I always do it with a piece, next to it. So that way I have my expanding and stuff like that for my wood. But, quarter round will fix things. You can walk in and see cover ups, right? I mean, we have drop ceiling in here, right?
Yeah.
You know what's up there. If we take it off, I'm guaranteeing there's an open junction box.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is the stuff that you see all the time. So, and the idea is to get in and get out, right? And it's weird how hard it is to find somebody to finish a punch list. Punch list is all your small stuff that's going to get done. So outlet covers have to go back on. Making sure that handles, all the door handles are completely up there. It's stuff that you and I would look at and go, wow, how the hell did you miss this? But these guys, they're so used to just looking at the big picture and just going, all right, it's got flooring, it's got paint, it's got this. I don't care about the small things. So,
well, Jason came and redid our bathroom.
Yep.
And Jason's done a lot of work for us and he tears out the old surround. There's no drywall.
Sure.
And he goes, I gotta let you guys know, this is gonna increase the price like $75. And we're like, why, what's up? He goes, I gotta go buy drywall and drywall all this, because the surround you guys bought needs drywall.
Yeah.
He goes, I really expected there to be drywall here.
Yeah.
Good news is there's no damage. Okay, well, that's good news.
Great caulking job.
Yeah.
Just like
Which I don't want to tell you what that caulking job was. I'm going to, but I don't want to tell you. So, well, we had, the caulk was giving way.
Yep.
So Dawn's like, well, I'm gonna update it. So she got some and she updated it, and it never hardened right.
Sure.
So she finally got pissed off. And great stuff
Yeah.
where you spray it, it just fills.
Yeah.
She sprayed great stuff all the way around the tub, and then took white duct tape and taped over the seam.
It worked.
It lasted like 4 years until we got the damn thing replaced.
It works.
It was janky, but man, that was a good fix.
We have I went to a property today where and it's funny because my wife went in there and she's like, who would do this? Like, this is somebody took caulk and filled in a hole in the tub surround, and it's sticking out this much. They didn't even take their knife and scrape it off. Right?
Yep.
It's just, that'll fix it. So, but so like, when you're looking for these types of things, like the biggest key is to understand your numbers, right? Understand what it costs to buy it, understand what it costs to sell it, understand what it costs to hold it, right? So those are the 3 factors that you're going to have that most people forget, right? I mean, people can go in and say, oh, I know I just bought flooring for 1 room and it cost me $700. If I do 5 rooms, that's $3,500. So cool. That's what I'm doing. But
yeah.
So you can get rough numbers on that, but people always forget that it costs them money to buy a house. It costs them money to sell a house. People forget taxes all the time too, right? Hey, I made $20,000. Okay, thanks. Congrats. Now you have you flipped it and you have a higher tax rate because of it, right? So that's earned income right there, and they're going to hit you for 30%.
Which is another thing you need to factor into this.
Yeah. And then figure out how much your taxes are on your personal income, right? Because all that type of stuff changes things. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about like how to find a house itself, right? So, it's one of my biggest pet peeves right now. With people that bitch and complain that there's nothing out there. Okay.
There's always stuff.
There's always stuff out there. You're just too lazy to go find it, right? If I can do something, you can do something, right?
You're always finding deals, honestly.
It's just a matter of, do you want to find it, right? Like, I'm the person, and I see it on Facebook, and so people will try, like they'll go onto the local community sites. Hey, we're looking for a house. If anybody's going to sell there soon, we'd like to have first dibs at it type thing. And, oh yeah, we're thinking about selling, you'll get that. But,
you've sent out mailers too, saying, hey, you're thinking about selling your house.
Exactly. Right. I mean, I'll send out mailers. I have no problem driving. I would mail to all of my properties right now because the grass is so long.
Yeah.
But if the grass is long and you think that this thing is just what it is, go knock on the door, right? Because the chances are if you're in a decent community, let's say it's Jenison, right? And the grass is long, okay, and they're the owners or they're renting. I mean, either way. Mm-hmm. But you go knock on the door and say, hey, I'm just in the area. I'm looking to buy a house. Didn't know if you were interested in selling, right? I mean, too many people are so scared to hear the word no or getting told off, right? Because I get told off all the time.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like I don't need no's. I need yeses, right? And so how do I get yeses? Asking a million times. I don't care. Like 1 yes puts money in my pocket. 50 no's, all it does is teach me how to handle people.
Right.
I still learn from it. What did I do right? What did I do wrong? You could send mailers. So if you don't want to knock on the door, okay, you don't have to know if that's the owner or not, but right, go drive, see the long grass, and I don't, if you want, we can get into detail of like how to find who the actual owner is, and you can mail to the correct address. But honestly, like mail it to that address. If it's an owner occupied place, it could be an older person. Like every day I see my neighbor, I'm like, hey, you moving to that condo yet? Moving to that condo yet? Right? Because
You know it's coming.
I'm gonna buy that damn house, right? Like it's gonna be a good deal. So
Well, you know, and we're a good example of that because we mow our lawn 4 or 5 times a summer. That's it. Because we're not home. We don't have time, and I don't care.
yep, it's just grass.
Right. And there are people out there that are just like me. They're like, I don't have time to give a shit about that. I'm not giving up 30 minutes out of my week to mow the lawn.
Yep.
So it can grow.
Yep. And
But there are also people that are sitting there going, I just can't mow it anymore, and I don't want this upkeep, and I just rather go, you know, not have any of that issue.
Yep. Well, it's like my wife's grandparents, right? I mean, they had a very, very substantially large house, and you know, some health issues kind of came, and so now they go, oh, you know, we're just going to move to a condo, and I'm like, okay. You know, I wanted to buy their house, and just business and family doesn't really mix.
Yeah.
I should have bought it. I should have, but you know, and I kept telling them, I'm like, look, everything that you have complaints of, you can fix. It's just a matter of do you want to, right? So, hey, oh, he can't push the lawn, or he can't ride the lawnmower anymore, and he can't do the snow blowing. Okay, $500 a year, and you get a person to snowplow your driveway, and for, you know, I just got quotes. I don't, you know, so a lawn that size, $50 every 2 weeks, and somebody will mow your lawn, right? So you have $100 a month. So, you know, again, money can fix it. And oh, hey, you know, it's just too much to upkeep. Okay, well, you can shut your basement off and just have the upstairs. I mean, yeah, dust will grow, but if you want every month, you can hire somebody for $100
to come in and
clean it, right? I mean, everything can be fixed with that money aspect of people like that. But find somebody that's sick and tired of their stuff, and then go ahead and get it, right?
Well, you know, my house in Plainville is a great example.
Yeah.
My mom complains all the time. And I'm never selling that house.
Right.
Okay. When she dies, it'll go to me. Fine. Someday Caitlin will sell it. I'm not selling it.
Right.
Maybe Dawn and Caitlin will both sell it. I don't know. But my plans are I'm going to, you know, build the back porch out some, and I'm going to put a fucking pool in there, and I'm going to close the son bitch in, and now I can have a pool year round.
There you go.
And Dawn and I will probably live there, you know, Sunday night to Wednesday night, and come back to Byron Center for Thursday through Sunday to work the business, and just go back and forth.
Yep.
That way, when we're not working the business, we can be in the pool.
Yep. Well, hopefully expand a business down there, and
maybe
this one, you know.
And of course, you know, we're talking about, you know, finding deals and stuff like that.
Yep.
And making money. So I get a call from one of my favorite people a few days ago. No, Steve.
Oh,
Steve calls me, and you know I love Steve.
of course.
That's how business is. I'm like, business is real good. We're, you know, got a lot of people coming in, a lot of appointments, very, very busy. He goes, I'm not telling you what to do, but if it was me, I'd figure out what I think that business is worth, times it by 2, and sell it right now.
Yep.
And Dawn heard it from the other room. She goes, nope, not yet. And he goes, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that's what I would do.
Yep.
I'm like, that's great. You know, right now it gives Dawn purpose. She really likes it.
Yep.
Okay. And we're making money, which is good. We're starting to pay off bills.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I'll share with you off the air what sales look like over the last year, which is phenomenal.
Good.
And, you know, people have a great time when they come here. I mean, they're really just excited. And that's what we want.
Well, I say, you know, that's the one biggest thing that you can do is you can grow a business and sell it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, capitalism at its finest, right?
Well, Dawn's not against that when she's a little older.
Sure.
You know, I'd say in the next 8 to 10 years, I could see her saying, yeah, I'm good. Sure, time to go.
You know, or what you can do is take the business, expand it, right? Put one down for, you know, Mike to run.
Yeah.
Got some people down there. Put one, you know, over just other areas. Okay, then now you've expanded into multiple zones, multiple areas. And then you could hire a GM, right? Your GM, you know, okay, so yeah, you're still dealing with some stuff, but you can always replace your final who says what and take your percentages off of it.
Well, and it's like I've said, not to, you know, take us too far off the path here, because, you know, Dawn gets a lot of emails from the escape rooms because she's gone and done a couple mystery shops at escape rooms.
Yep.
And they're always emailing, hey, come back, we'll give you a deal, come back. And her and I had this conversation yesterday on my way home from our game, and I said, to me, an escape room is one of those things where if you got 7 or 8 friends that want to go, that's awesome.
Mhm.
But it's still kind of the same thing. Yeah, there's different rooms, there's different puzzles, I get it, but it's kind of the same thing once you've done it. And for me, I kind of want different experiences, I guess.
Sure.
So, I mean, I've done the escape room, and yeah, I can go to a different escape room and get different puzzles. That's cool. But unless I had people that were really gung-ho about, I want to go to escape, like if you called me up and you're like, hey, I'm going to an escape room and these people are joining me, do you want to come? I might be like, yeah, I want to hang with you. That's cool. Let's do that. But in lieu of a big party, I'm not just going.
Right.
Whereas this is something that's different. I mean, if you want to go have some fun with friends, you come here and break stuff. If you want to, blow off some steam by yourself, you come here and break stuff. It's always different when you're here because you get different stuff and you break it in a different way.
Well, I think like with escape rooms is, I don't know, we've done it with family, we've done it with friends, and we really want to try it by ourselves, just her and I, because like we both think so opposite of each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do really good at those types of things,
Mhm.
because it's amazing. So like there's one that I really want to go do. It's Harry Houdini out in Holland, and
Okay.
I want to do that room so bad.
Because you're a magician.
I say exactly, right? I mean, who doesn't want to do this? So
Right.
but I think like to me it's always a different experience. Like
Yeah.
I've done a few of them and I really, really enjoy them
Mhm.
because as much as I hate thinking, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So so we go back to like finding a deal, right? And when you're out there and you're saying, hey, there's nothing out there, you're just not searching hard enough, right? I mean, everybody wants things just handed to them. Okay, oh, I want a house in Jenison, but I there's nothing available. Okay, you're right, there is nothing available, but you can make something available. Why? Because you walk up to somebody and just say, hey, we're looking for a house, and knock to the next door, knock to the next door.
Mhm.
I mean, you get it all the time. It's funny because people will use a realtor, and how my mind works is, I just posted this the other day. If you want what other people have, you have to do what other people do or did, right? And so when you look at it, how many times in the mail have you gotten, hey, we just sold your neighbor's house down the road. If you're thinking of selling, let us know.
Yeah.
Or, hey, there's a real big shortage in the neighborhood.
Yep.
If you're thinking about selling, we can get you top dollar. Hey, when the times are bad, hey, if you're having hard times, we can help you sell your house fast, right? Like, how many times do you get these types of things?
All the time.
And so there's no reason that you can't do the exact same thing. If somebody else can do it, you just got to figure out how to do it, right? Okay. So let's take Jenison. Okay, you can go to the post office, and say, hey, I need to know, or I'm going to mail to every address in these 2 zip codes, let's say. Okay, and they're going to tell you exactly how many houses there are,
Mhm.
and you're going to make a one flyer that has the exact same stuff on it, and you're just going to put your family on there, right? Take a photo of your family and be like, hey, we're looking to buy a house. This is our price range. If you're interested, let us know.
Yeah.
And then guess what? You're going to get a call from somebody that's going to go, oh, we were thinking, and you guys look like a great family, and here you go. We'll sell it to you for this. We really wanted 230, but you said you're at 200, and we really, we want to see the next person succeed. Great, right? Like, again, if realtors are out there doing it, if other real estate people are out there doing it, if people are doing it, you can do it too, right? There's nothing that says you can't. Now you just got to be the one to do it better, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a sucker for that crap all the time, where people are like, hey, I'm willing to learn for free, and then all of a sudden they get a deal because they've helped me out through it. Like, hey, I'm willing to do what it takes. Okay, you're really willing to do what it takes, like go do this. I mean,
well, as well as I do, 95% of the people that say I'm willing to do what it takes is willing to do nothing.
Exactly.
They just want you to walk up and say, here's $100.
Yep. Let's say, I mean, I look at, if you guys know what bandit signs are, right?
Mhm.
You'll see them. I buy houses, right? And you
Yep.
call the number. It's like, how do these people have so much money? Okay, well, they're getting financed, right? And
It's not like it's just laying around.
right. I mean, so they're gonna do what's called wholesaling, right? So meet a wholesaler, like do all that, like figure out the lingo of things. Hey, what's wholesaling? Oh, it's somebody that goes and buys a house for really cheap marks it up a little bit of money, and you're still getting a good deal on the house because they have to sell it to you at a good price.
So we had an episode a few weeks back
Yeah.
at Osgood Brewing
Uh-huh.
with the Beer Me podcast.
Mhm.
Shout out to Beer Me. They are a part of a real estate group on Facebook.
Yeah.
Remind me, who created that group? Who's the admin?
Oh, that's my group. Yeah, with my buddy Charlie and I started that.
Okay. And you sharing tips.
Yeah.
And how big is the group now?
We have over 2,000 people.
Always sharing stuff.
Yeah.
And do you sit there and marvel at that sometimes?
No, I'm too busy. Say, right? I mean, and it's, I see a question, I answer a question, right?
Mhm.
So, have you ever seen the movie Robots? It's a children's movie.
I have not, but I know the movie you're talking about.
I don't remember the boss's name, right? Mr. Big, whatever his name is, but it's his slogan is something like see a need, fix a need, right? Like so see a problem, find a solution. That's really what it is. See a problem, find a solution. So your problem is I can't find this. Now find the solution for how you can find it. I mean, and people are like, oh, get a realtor. Okay, you know what? Realtors suck.
Yep.
And it's funny because I have a lot of realtor friends, and they're out there to feed their family. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
they're
what they
making
do.
money.
So right, like, okay, guess what? They have you and 15 other people looking at the exact same house right now, right? They're going to show it to all of them, highest and best out of all 15 of you. I mean, right? So they're not going to go out and find these things. Hey, get an off market. I mean, you get off market stuff from some of them because they're like, hey, this thing, it just won't go and they're
Yep.
not going to get whatever. They just want cash right now. And
Yep.
so I'll whip out cash and just say, here, it's completely done, right? Like, because they want no headaches. They want no hassle. They don't want anything.
They just want it done.
All they said is, hey, I'm going to give you, and I've had it to where it's funny. I've watched it happen. I go to buy a house. Guy walks in and goes, all right, I'm done with this shit. I was like, all right, sir, I'm sorry. Like, you just told me you were interested. He goes, no, last guy. I told him, I said, I'm going to give you one offer. Don't negotiate anything lower than that. This is what it's going to be. And I said, okay, I have no problem telling you, no, it's not going to work for me. And he goes, all right. He goes, I don't want you to negotiate and try to make it better, blah, blah. And I said, no, you have my word. You give me what you want and I will tell you if it works. Right.
Yep.
And he comes out and this house is worth $150,000. And he goes, we want $62,000 cash.
Okay.
Okay. And he goes, what? Yeah, you want 62,000. I will give you $62,000 in cash. I tell you what, this is the title company that we're going to do. I put it in the contract. And then he doesn't need to know that I'm going to go finance it with other cash, right? All he wants is cash.
Yeah, he
And
just
that-
wants the money.
People forget about that all the time, right? They forget that all they care about is that end paycheck at the end of the day. At the
Mhm.
end of the entire journey, all he wants is this. You don't have to have this, right? So he's going
You
to go,
just have to be able to get it and give it to him.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? You don't have to tell him what you're doing, how you're doing. Oh, hey, well, I'm going to get a hold of this guy. No, keep your mouth shut. Say, I will get you cash.
I will get you $62,000. It does not matter how I get it to you, but I will get it to you by whatever day.
Yes, and he's going to, no, sir, I cannot get you physical cash, but you will have a certified check
Correct.
from the bank, from the title company, because we still have to do it legal.
That you can take to the bank and
And
say, give me cash.
And you can get cash from that.
Yep.
I cannot legally give you the exact cash. And he goes, yeah, no, I understand that. He goes, yeah, certified check from, okay. So I call up, I literally leave that, got a contract, call up my lender and go, hey, some idiot tried offering him like 50,000 for this. And he was very adamant and said exactly what he wanted. So I go, all right, I need lending on it. Okay. Hey, I didn't get lending on it. What I did was I ended up selling it for a crap ton more because he goes, I got a guy looking in that area right now. Do you want to sell it? And I said, yeah, tell him throw me an offer. And he made me
Offered enough.
made me $40,000,
Yeah.
and I didn't do anything. Right?
You
Like,
were just the broker. You were
Yeah.
the middleman.
I literally was like, hey, I have the contract. Guy goes to the table, shows up. I shake the guy's hand. I'm like, hey, thanks for showing up. Cash is right here. Yeah. Let me say, this is my partner. Yeah, I have cash, but I wanted to make sure you got all the cash. Here you go.
Yep.
And
He leaves happy.
he goes, okay. He goes, show me the check. I don't really care. Like, boom, done. Boom, done. And I go,
62,000 to him, 40 to you. You're a happy guy.
and the other guy turns around and makes,
Yeah.
$50,000 off of his flip. So, it was completely good.
You talked about cartoons,
Yeah.
which takes me on a tangent because I love tangents. So I showed you that picture umpire.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there the entire game talking to one of our pitchers who's injured right now and our other assistant coach. And I'm like, they said something. And I go, you ever see the Flintstones? And the pitcher goes, yeah. I said, you know the green alien guy, which now I think of his name. I think it's Great Gazoo.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah. I said, you know, whenever he shows up and says, hello, dum-dum.
Hello, dum-dum.
I'm the green alien guy right now, and the umpire is dum-dum. Because that's how pissed off I was at this guy. I did not go coach first base for the first 2 innings because I would have gotten kicked out for calling him a dumbass as I walked past.
Oh, geez.
So I just stayed in the dugout because I knew it was going to be bad.
Yeah.
But you bringing up a cartoon made me think of Great Gazoo and hello, dum-dum.
Yeah. It's like, and it always comes when you're making a dumb mistake. I mean, it happens. But, right. So, I'm personally a
You're
fan.
personally a person?
Personally a fan
Uh-huh.
of going out and making my own reality happen, right? I mean, you can wait for an agent to bring you a deal, or you can just go find the thing by yourself.
You know as well as I do.
That's
You
what their
make-
job is.
You make your own luck.
Yeah, 100%.
Sometimes you're lucky and that's awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, we see that in sports all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But in real life, you kind of have to make your own luck.
Yep.
And sometimes you sit there, you do a little research, and you're like, I think this is a really good gamble right now. And you jump on that gamble, whatever it is. And you're like, all right, I'm going to make my own luck here. And you do.
Well, it's funny because we talk about you and I thinking things are different deals. And,
Yeah.
I go look at a house and let's say my first house, right? I paid $58,000 for it. Go to tell my grandfather, right? Hey, we're buying a house, paying $58,000. Never pay that kind of money for a house. I bought mine for $13,000, right? His brain never understood inflation. His brain never understood where markets are going. And I'm that kind of person who doesn't understand. Like, I value my stuff so low. Like, that's why when I do get good deals is because they turn into great deals. Because again, when I say I paid 60, when he wanted 60, I was like, I think I counted the house out or whatever at like 120, and then all of a sudden it's worth 150, and I'm like, oh man, like I didn't miss comp, I didn't do whatever, but I just didn't think the market had gone up that much in that quick of a time.
Well, people ask me the same thing about my house all the time. I bought it right before the crash.
Yep.
I bought it for 132.
Oh.
Post crash, it probably got down to about 110. And this is what honestly made me decide it was a good time to buy for Caitlin, because I talked to my realtor, Scotty, who I love. And he goes, all right, the market crashed in 2008.
Mhm.
You bought your house in 2007. I go, yeah. He goes, what'd you do? I kept paying my mortgage. He goes, right.
Mhm.
So let's say Caitlin buys this condo in January and the market tanks. Is she moving? Well, no, she's probably going to be there 5 years. Okay. Then why do you care if the market tanks? I'm like, that's a really good way to look at it, because again, I'm not going anywhere. I rode that storm out of, the house is now worth 20,000 less than what I paid for it.
Yep.
But if I wanted to sell it right now, I could get 210, 220, maybe 230.
Yeah. Well, it's that, it's that internal part of you that just says, oh, what could have been, like you have that safety net and then your
Yep.
safety net's gone. So, right. Then you feel attacked. You feel a little scared and nervous. It's a normal characteristic, right? And that's one thing my friend and I were talking the other day, and it was like, everybody says the words,
Yep.
buy low, sell high. But you know what everybody does? They buy high and sell low. Why? Because fear, right?
Mhm.
Oh, everybody's buying, I'm going to buy, right? And, oh, the market's high. That means everybody's buying and things are going up. So buy. Oh, I just lost money. I got to get
I
rid of
gotta
this.
sell.
I got to sell it while I still have something that's worth something, right? Otherwise, this thing's just going to go to zero. Like,
It's worth 70 cents on the dollar, but I gotta sell it right now.
yeah, I say, I got to get rid of it. I got to, because this thing is it's causing me so much money. It's not costing you anything unless you sell it. Like,
Well,
if the market never rebounds, so like we look at the '08, okay, and as you said, right, you were at 130, went to 110, and now we're up to 230.
oh yeah, probably.
Like you took 3 years maybe to get your money back.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have intensive moving, sure, like now's the time to sell, like, because you're going somewhere, like you have that. Like the time to sell is when it's beneficial to you. The time to buy is when it's beneficial to you, right? Like make sure you buy a good deal.
You look at, honestly, with anything you can look at, I look at Caitlin's stocks.
Mhm.
One of the stocks she wanted to buy, because I told her, if you're buying stock, find something that you like, something that you buy.
Yep.
So one of the first stocks she bought was Funko.
Yep.
Because she loves Funko Pops.
Yeah.
She bought it and immediately it started to tank. And I looked at it today and she's up.
Yep.
She bought it 2-3 years ago. She had no intent on selling it.
Yep.
Because she likes Funko Pops. And now it's worth more than it was back then.
Yeah.
Now, we could have panicked and said, oh my God, I bought it at 18 and now it's down to 7. I need to sell. But she's not looking at that. She's looking at, I like this, I buy this, this is great. Now it's up to like 21. So yeah, she hasn't made a ton of money on it. But again, as well as I do, you're hedging your bets.
Yeah.
Some are going to go up, some are going to go down. I see that fantasy football is another great one.
Yep.
I know when I'm drafting, they'll make a run on, let's say, tight ends in the 5th round. There's 1, maybe 2 tight ends that are worth a high pick. And the rest of them are, within a point of each other. I love the people that pick like kickers in the 8th round. My kicker's my last pick. I don't care. They're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up and drop kickers all fucking year. It's the same with deals. If you're patient, you're going to find that house that you want at the price you want to pay for it, and you're going to get the profit you're looking for. But if you're not patient and you're panicky, you're screwed.
Yep. I mean, I have it. And you hear it all different ways, right? So I have a friend who flipped a house and he thought it was worth $250, and they put it up for $250, and the first offer they got was $235,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they're like, no, we'll be fine. Well, they waited 2 whole months. Market kind of corrected on them, and they ended up selling it for $195. Right? So there's times where it's like, okay, hey, re-look at your numbers, figure out exactly where you have to be. And at 235, they still made a crap ton. They just had, a specific number they wanted to make. But then they ended up, they still made a couple bucks, but nothing what they wanted, right? I mean, this was supposed to be their biggest deal of all time. So I think, when we're looking at real estate, okay, there's value in what you have into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we were talking about this on the last episode or the one before that, where we found 6 units up in Baldwin.
Yep.
Okay, owners want more than what it's worth.
Yep.
Okay, because they don't have numbers for it, right? They don't have any income aspects. They literally are just kind of fly by the seat of their pants.
They just throw out a number that they said it's worth.
Yeah, well, I mean, because they throw a number that they think it's worth because they know how much money they make.
Okay.
How much money they actually show they make is way different than that. So a bank will only lend me on what is, right? They don't care what you think. They care what it is. And
what it is paper wise what you show that it is.
Exactly. And so, we're like, hey, these numbers are correct, the real numbers that they're supposed to be making, but we can't get financed for that. I can get financed for this amount, and you're going to have to carry a second note on the other part, but you'll get the amount of money that you need, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Okay. So they ended up taking that, right? I can put that money down for a down payment from the amount they're holding back, and I'm going to walk into a deal with 0 down.
Yeah.
Okay, 0 down. Now I'm making money. Literally, my cash on cash right? The amount of cash I put down versus the amount of cash I'm bringing in
Mhm.
is going to be infinite, right? I have nothing into this, you know,
Yeah.
so, if I have to do repairs, then yeah, okay, my cash on cash changes, but I, I don't see why it would, right? I've done my research, I've done the looking at the properties, things like that. So, there's always a way to structure a deal to make it work. Okay. And, you look at houses that are on the water. Okay. I would never buy a house on the water in a high market unless it's a great deal, unless it's, something I go find. Hey, some of my best deals are people that are going through changes in their life that they have to get rid of something, right? So
Divorce.
foreclosures,
Yeah.
like job losses,
Yep.
medical, like husband passed
Medical
away,
issues, yeah.
husband passed away, wife passed away, something like kid is really sick
Yep.
and has to move to, closer to Detroit to be to the hospital down there
Yep.
for Michigan. It just makes sense for them. Like there's so many things, right? Hey, all we need to do is get rid of this. And a lot of times, like it's not taking advantage, right? It's helping you out in a situation. Hey, we need to get rid of this and not show income, which I've literally had these words come through. Okay. We need to get rid of this, not show an income, so that way my kids' 1 point something million of medical coverage can get covered.
Right.
Okay. Right. Like I will help you out. Okay. Yes. Does it help me out in the end? 100%. But you tell me what you need. And I'm gonna get, because they're looking at it going, okay, I can make $40,000, 50,000. I can make $100,000.
But it costs them money in the long run.
Or I can cover $1.2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that, right? Like, but most people are like 100 grand, I'm taking that, like all day, and they'll make those decisions, right? I
Well, you and I would take that right now because we don't have to face that other decision.
exactly.
But for somebody that has to face that decision, they go, I owe 100,000 on it.
Yep.
And it's worth 3. Just give me 100,000. I'm out.
Yeah, and because hey, $200,000 loss gives me a $1 million gain,
Right.
Like, yes, I mean, my wife and I talk about this all the time. Hey, if this happens, this is what's going to happen, right? Like everything
Mhm.
sells, everything gets transferred to your name, everything does this. Like there's so many options of things that are going to happen, and you have to have those conversations.
Well, you and I both, we collect things.
Yep.
You collect rental properties. I collect, autographs and shit like that.
Sure.
But you and I both know if shit goes sideways,
Yep.
those things are worth money. I can sell that.
It's true.
Do I want to? No, I don't really want to.
Yep.
But if shit goes sideways, I have the ability to sell this stuff.
Yep. Well, it's, I look at it, as long as I don't go to the closing table having to owe money, I'm okay.
Yep.
Right. And that's what people, I guess I don't value the money in that aspect. Okay. So let's say I paid $100,000 for the property. I've owned it for 10 years. I now owe 75. Okay. Market corrects and I can only, and something happens to me,
Mhm.
I can only get $80,000.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I lost 20,000. Yes, you did. But you're walking away with $5,000 and you don't have any more stress about that.
Correct.
So in the end, you've cash flowed the entire time all the way through. You forgot about that a little amount. Yeah, but that's supposed to be the perk of owning. Yeah, it's supposed to be the perk, but your life hits you in the nuts sometimes, man. Like,
Life's not all sunshine and rainbows.
In fact, like I bought from a few people on their foreclosures where, hey, the husband and wife are splitting. Hey, we're 2 months behind.
They don't want it on their record.
Right. Hey, look, you know what? I'm going to do this for you, right? Like, tell me what you owe on it. I'll tell you if I can do it.
Yep.
If you owe less than the amount that I can buy it for, that's what I'm going to give you, right? Like, I can only give you what it's worth. I've walked away from a million deals, and it sucks to be the person to let somebody down. Hey, my house I just bought it for $500,000, and
Keep talking.
no, sorry, I'm reading the question.
There's not a question yet.
Say, but I sit there and say, hey, you paid 500. It's really like it's worth 500. You still owe 500. I can't make any money on that, right? Oh, but you could help me out. No, There's no helping you.
You can literally help everybody out, but it hurts you to do it.
Right. Like, then that's not a successful business, right?
Well, and we have to, use that disclaimer. We are not here to necessarily help everybody. We're here to help everybody if it also helps us.
I mean, it has to be a two-way street,
Correct.
right? Like, I'm not here to rip you off. I'm here to
No.
help you. And
But it has to make sense to you.
exactly. People are like, "Oh, you're such shady people." No, like, honestly, if you understood the amount of times I've gone to closing and had a person give me a hug or they're crying because their stress is gone.
Yeah.
Literally, it's worth everything right at that point because, I took one, I bought their house. I just got done buying a house. So I lost all my money.
Mhm.
Didn't lose it, right? But I used it.
You're right. Your cash is now gone. It's tied up in the side.
Yeah, so hey, oh man, we're 2 months behind. If we get the third month behind and we're 12 days from, how much is your mortgage payment? $700. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you $700 as a loan. You're gonna knock that off the price. You're gonna do this, and you're gonna make sure it gets. I'm gonna stand here and watch you pay it because I need to make sure that my asset's not going away.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
And the deal's here. Okay. You're gonna sign. You're gonna do whatever. We've caught you up. Now you've paid everybody off, and you no longer have an eviction on your, or a foreclosure on your record because you're not gonna rent for however long. You're not gonna do whatever. And it just works out, right? Like it's perfect. Like,
Well, and
it's funny because I still keep in contact with some of the people that I bought from.
Yeah.
I still get thanked, which is great. I got thanked again today. You really pulled me out of that one. I really appreciate it. Hey, I hope it, and it's funny because they're like, I really hope it's working out for you. Yeah, it's doing okay. I mean, it could be doing better, but it's doing okay. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Well, and here's a good example. So like I needed a new roof.
Mhm.
And you and I talked and you're like, yeah, go get a HELOC. It's easy.
Mhm.
And I went and I looked into the HELOC and I ended up, just borrowing it from my daughter for the 3% that she would have made.
Yep.
And being that she's my daughter, I can do that.
Mhm.
But I mean, you and I are friends. But if I came to you and said, Nick, can I borrow 10 grand?
Yeah.
Would you sit there and go, well, I make 3% on my money. I'll just give it to you for the 3. Or are you going to sit there and go, it's got to be advantageous for me, give me 5.
Well, and let's say I'm making 3 on my money from a guaranteed bank.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I'm riskier than a bank.
that's a fucking guarantee.
Right.
We're friends, whatever. Like, if you said, hey, like I would sit here, like I'd look at you and say, hey, I'll do it for 3% because we're friends, but you're putting your car up.
Right.
I'm getting first lien position, or
Yeah.
I'm pulling second lien position on your house. That's only 10K, and my house is worth 250. Okay, if you're that confident, right, and we'll have the honor confidence.
No big deal.
If you're that fucking confident, you're gonna pay me back. Why does it matter, right?
Right.
Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid to risk 150,000?
But if you know you're going to pay
Yeah.
10 grand.
So, right, it's just covering my back, right? Because if you don't pay me, I'm guaranteed to have this, and if you do pay me,
Sweet.
we made a great deal,
Right.
right? Like, I helped you, you helped me. Like, it's and people, they get so offended when I'll ask for 10 times the amount. Like, I don't care. Hey, I need $1,000. For what? I got some bills to pay. Car paid off? Yep. What's it worth? I don't know, 10 grand. Okay. I'm signing onto your car. What do you mean? Well, we're going to go to the Secretary of State, or we're going to get a notary saying I have a second lien on this,
Mhm.
or I have a first lien on it because it's paid
Yeah,
off.
right.
And I'm going to take your car if you don't pay me. Bro, I can't do that. Okay, then you're not a good asset, right? Like, I'm not a bank, right? I'm a guy helping. And a guy helping, ooh, it's help. You should be doing it for free.
No.
No, I should not.
See, and I know if I'm going to borrow money from you and you're like, hey, you need 10 grand.
No.
You need to put your house on the line for it. Yeah, I'm going to pay that 10 grand. That's no big deal. And you know as well as I do, we've talked about it on this episode many, many times. I borrowed it was actually 13,000 I borrowed from my daughter.
Yep.
I said, it'll take me 2.5 years to pay this off. This is the amount of interest I will owe you. I paid it off in 2 years instead of 2.5, and I still paid her the interest on if I had borrowed it for 2.5 years.
Well, it's like I've had that before, right? Where it's, hey, Nick, will you tie up $5 grand and I'll pay you back in a year, or for over $50 extra for a year. Okay, well then 6 months comes, hey, I'm going to pay you off. Okay, well now what am I going to do with that? Like I need that $5 grand to work. It's already been accounted for. That was going to make an extra, $300 in this year. Now I've lost this. Wait, like this isn't okay.
This was not the agreement.
I'm very happy that you've paid it off. I'm very happy that you're successful, but like you just cost me $300. It cost you money. I just didn't give you $300.
You and I both know if you're working with a bank, I want no early payoff penalty.
Oh, 100%.
But if I'm working through a friend or a relative, I'm borrowing the money for X number of time. I'm going to give you the full amount for that time.
Yep.
If I pay it off early, fantastic. I don't have to pay it anymore. But I'm going to pay you as though I had to pay that entire thing.
Sure. Well, it's, I mean, to me, it all depends, right? I will, like, if I borrowed from you, let's say 10 grand,
Mhm.
and I say, hey, I need it for this flip. It's going to take me 6 months. So you're going to make your interest on 6 months. But if I finish earlier, I'd like to cut like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, hey, I want to cut my interest right there. Or, hey, I'd like to take 1/2 of the amount of interest that I would owe you for the other 3 months because of early payoff, because you don't have millions just sitting there.
Yep.
Like, hey, you know what? If I do it early, I want to celebrate my success, and that's going to save me money. And that's why I did it that way. So I'd like to pay, if I'm doing $100 a month, which whatever. So I'm doing $100 a month. I'd like to give you, instead of paying the extra 3, I'd like to give you 150 extra. Okay. Right. Because you're still making some money and you're getting all of it as a lump sum 3 months ahead of time.
You're
right?
negotiating that though.
Yes. So
you're making sure that both sides are happy.
Yep.
And again, I mean, part of it goes back to if you're doing a deal with a friend,
Mhm.
you have to be willing to sometimes eat more than you want to eat.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, if I'm doing this deal with, let's say Fifth Third Bank, because they're a local bank.
Yep.
I mean, kind of local.
They're national.
They are, but more regional, but still, I want everything I can get from them because they have, billions of dollars.
Federal backing.
Whereas if I'm doing this deal with Nick Watkins LLC, I'm not looking to hurt you in any way. You did me a favor. You helped me out.
Yep.
I want to make sure that you feel whole by the time we're done so that, if I get in a jam 5 years down the line, I can call you up and say, hey, Nick, you remember that time 5 years ago when I made sure both of us were happy?
Yep.
I need to borrow, $1,000. And you go, yeah, you made me happy. These are the terms I can do.
You look at, and you look at bail bonds, right? And bail bonds, so if you have a $25,000 bond, right, you have to put 10% of that up or 20% of it up, right? But they make you put up the rest of it as collateral,
Yep.
right? I mean, you have to have collateral to cover the other part because
Yep.
they're responsible for the entire thing. So guess what? You have to be able to do that. So, and some of them will make you do, 10 times that collateral, right? So, I mean, hey, if you have a $100,000 bond, you better be putting up $100,000 worth of equity. So that's why people will put up houses. They'll do things. I think in real estate, it gets forgotten all the time that nothing is the same.
Yep.
Right? Sure, you can be a person to build, but each lot is different until you flatten it out and get it all set, right? Each development is not the same because we're not cookie cutter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you can build 50 of them that are cookie cutter, but your next development is not going to look the exact same.
Mhm.
I mean, unless it's out of town a different way. So, I personally am a fan of going directly to the owner itself, giving them an offer. Like we talked about there's 5 houses down from me. The house is just run down, and yes, it's in Jenison, but it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb because there's trees that kind of go around it, and and it's like, man,
You wouldn't know it's as run down as it is.
exactly, right? So I ended up mailing to the owner,
Mhm.
get a call from the daughter. Hey, my mom is 90 years old, has Alzheimer. I'm actually the person in charge of it. What do you got for an offer? I threw a low offer and didn't get a response, right? Okay. Didn't work.
It didn't hurt you at all.
Like, I didn't care. Like, I got contact.
But again, they had the option to come back. Let's say you offered 50.
Yep.
Okay. They have the option to come back and say, yeah, I really need 75. And then you have the option to go, hey, that's $185,000 house. I can do 75.
Yep.
Or say, yeah, I'm good. Thanks. 50.
So, yeah, I mean, right. I don't have to spend my money, and I don't have to, and you don't have to take my money. That's the way I see a lot of transactions, right? People forget it way too often. you know, when you look at a car, right? I buy private sales because I'm going to get a deal.
Correct.
Why don't I go to a, like, if I, you know, everybody's like, oh, I trust going to a car lot because, you know, that's what they do. They're
Yep.
no, like, what they do is mark the shit up,
Mhm.
go to every bank and just say, hey, yeah, we got you money. They do all the legwork for you, and you pay for somebody to do legwork.
Yep.
It's just like in real estate. Guess what? You can represent yourself as a buyer in real estate. You can represent yourself as a seller in real estate. It's just you have somebody to do the legwork for you who's supposed to be educated and supposed to do the right thing for you. Okay. And most of them do, sure. But, you know, I'm a prime example, right? When I first started investing, I was telling them, hey, I'd see a house for $100,000 and I'd look at it and go, hey, we're offering 50. Now I'm not going to waste their time. No, your job is to do what's best for me, and this is best for me, right? Like, dude, if they come back and say, oh, we'll take 60, I'm going to say, okay, well, why don't we just start with 60? Because then they'll go 70, right? Like, don't ask my tactics, just make it happen. And so I have a lot of realtors that just won't work with me because, you know, because I'm notorious for throwing out that low offer, right? I just talked to somebody else who I was like, hey, do you know the person that owns that 48 unit? Actually, yes, I do. He won't sell it for the price you want it for. I was like, I didn't ask. Like, do you know him, right? Okay, well, here, ask him what he wants for it. Come back to me. He wants way too much. What's way too much? Okay, here's what you're gonna do, right? Like, tell you what, I'm a better salesman than you because I'm gonna sell you on why you should sell to me, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna take care of it the way you took care of it. Hopefully, I'm gonna learn from you, and I'll keep you along. Hey, I'm gonna do this, right? Like, I'm all about building that relationship, whatever you want. I have people that are like, hey, I want my money. I don't want to talk to you again. I have people that are like, hey, I'd really like to know this type of information. I'll sit and shoot the shit with you, right? Like, hey, why'd you offer this? And we'll have this conversation just like this. I offer this because these are the numbers I want. These are the numbers I have. This is where I need to be. Okay. Yeah, I get it. It makes sense, right? Oh, well, why would I let you make $20,000? Because it helps you get out of the jam that you are in. Because you want quick closing, you want fast, you want
You want the money now.
all the amount, or you want all the amount of money.
Mhm.
Like, you know, everything is different. You know, I do land contracts. Why? Because hey, hey, I want $100,000. My house is worth $100,000. Cool, I'll do $100,000, right? Because I'll get my $1,000 in rent or $1,500 in rent, whatever it is,
Mhm.
and the house is worth 100. So I have no equity into it. Well, why would you do that? Because you know what, you're going to do zero down, right? You're going to do zero down. I'm going to make my payments, and you're going to let me make the money, and you don't have to pay taxes on this. And you know, as full, you don't have to pay full $100,000. Okay, so oh yeah, I don't really need my money right now. I just need to get rid of the property. It's a headache. I'll do that type of stuff. Like
Mhm.
all I care about is what your situation is and how I can help you in that situation. Now we don't really need to sell. I hear that all the time. Yeah, you don't need to sell. Why do you want to sell? We just think it's time to move on and we're going to go to something else. Okay. So you need money for the next thing? We just like to have a little bit in the account. Okay. So a little bit. I mean, we talking 5,000 down, 10,000. You know, if we got $10,000, yeah, I mean, that's enough to cover payments for a while and we'd be okay. Cool.
Mhm.
Tell you what, I'll give you $10,000 down in your $200,000 place, and then you're going to take payments for the rest of it. And you know what? We won't make this last forever. I'm not going to put you on a 30-year. Let's do amortization over 10 years. Well, I'm not going to sure I'm going to last till 10 years. If you don't, it'll go to your kids. If you don't, you know what? I'll make sure that whoever's next gets paid. Yeah, but I really want to pay it all. Okay. Tell you what are you going to do with your money when it's gone? Actually, we're going to donate it to these people. Let's put it in there, right? If you pass, I make the payments and it all goes to this other person.
Right.
Like, and I will look at your kids gladly and tell you, hey, you're spoiled and your parents hated you. Like, and they're going to go, you do that? Hell yes, I will. Like, that's what you want. I'm going to do it. So, you know, I listen to people all the time and figure out what they want. That's why I'm successful, right? Sad news. I think my neighbor just passed away.
Well, that is sad.
Yeah. So, you know, still has a husband, So I got to get, tomorrow. And
So she passed away and the husband's left.
yep.
Okay.
So, and she was a grandma. So, I guess all the family was kind of over there today, and then, a van backed up, but, I think, he's going to go somewhere. He's not going to want to stay there. I mean, most of the time they don't want to, right?
Right.
Like,
It was their house.
yes. Right. Like, hey, I'm going to go move in with my kids, right? Tell you what, let's just not deal with it. I'll make it happen really quick for you. This is what's going to happen, right? And people are like, oh, you're taking advantage of a situation. Nope, not at all, right? What I'm doing is I'm helping this guy not have to deal with a million stresses, because the one stress that he has, he needs to focus on 100%. He needs to understand that his wife is this. And if he says no, and hey, I just need every dollar, I'm going to say, hey, I fully understand. Here's an agent that I really trust. Here's a person that's going to get you every penny.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to deal with a million people coming through, you don't want to deal with a million of this, I'm your guy for that. I'm just going to get you what you need, get you out of here. So go travel the world, go live your life, go do the next,
Do whatever you want to do.
the next page in your book, right? If you want to spend it with your grandkids in a different state, so yeah, here's the money. If you need every dime to go do that, okay, here. And you know what? This is the person. But and so all I can do is try to be there and understand what this person needs.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's not predatory. That's not bad in any way. I can help you out. You can help me out. If you're not down with that, that's great. I have other options for you. If you need, like you said, if you need top dollar, talk to this guy. If you just want to get out now, I can do this right now.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that this episode was pretty all right. We're going to keep this one a little short tonight.
Yep.
We've gotten a lot of longer episodes. So if you guys have any questions about anything, let us know.
Distill Brewery.
Yeah, say Hawaii 5 Ale was fantastic. Can't wait for the next one.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this.
Me too.
This is a good beer. That's going to be added to my list of things to drink. And because I made that one last, I also had peanut butter milk stout from Left Hand and a Mike's.
Yeah, let's see.
And Nick had a Reds.
Distills Brewing, Hawaii 5 Ale, and a Red's Wicked Black Cherry, which had nothing compared to this.
Nothing. That was the best beer I drank tonight.
Yeah, I say, we're gonna make it last 6 episodes or 3 episodes, so that way we can give this sponsor a fantastic shout out. Really appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, share. Let us know if you have any questions about it. I know we didn't hit in depth in the topics, but I'm hoping I gave you at least some drive and advice on what to do.
Well, and if you have questions on this, please ask us or join us, or we are happy to talk to you. We've had a lot of guests lately, and that's phenomenal. We love guests. So, if you have specific questions, please hit us up. And as always, thank you for joining us. We will be back with a brand new episode at some point next week. And if you haven't listened to them, I've been uploading the episodes from before Bucks and Brews. Make sure you check those out on Podbean.
Yeah.
And again, thanks for joining us. Distill, thank you so much for the sponsorship, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Take care.
I gotta get the mouse to work though. Oh,
No.